You're selling your body for money. Wait, don't click away. I'm not talking about what you think. Every single day you wake up, drag yourself out of bed, sit in classes you hate, work jobs that drain you, stay up until 3 a.m. finishing assignments you don't care about. And for what? A grade, a degree, a paycheck someday, maybe. You're trading your time, your energy, your health, your youth for something that might pay off years from now. That's the deal we all signed without reading the fine print. But here's the thing nobody tells you. While you're grinding away, sacrificing everything, there are people around you who figured out a different game. They're not working harder, they're not smarter, they're just playing by different rules. And today, I'm going to show you what those rules are. Because the story you just heard, that soldier coming home to betrayal, that's not just about infidelity. That's about someone who played by the rules, did everything right, served his country, and got destroyed by someone who didn't. This video isn't about judging anyone. It's about understanding the brutal economics of modern life and how you can stop getting crushed by them. Stick with me. This might be the most important 30 minutes of your year. Let me start with something uncomfortable. Right now, as a student, you're in a transaction. You give up your time, your freedom, your sleep, your mental health, sometimes your relationships. And in return, you get what exactly? Knowledge, maybe. But let's be honest, you forget 90% of what you learn within 6 months. A degree, sure. A piece of paper that says you sat in rooms for 4 years and passed tests. Future earnings, potentially, if you pick the right major, if the job market doesn't collapse, if AI doesn't replace your field, if. Here's what nobody told you when you started. You're making a bet with terrible odds. You're betting that 4 years of your youth, plus tens of thousands in debt, will somehow translate into a comfortable life decades from now. And while you're making that bet, you're exhausted, burned out, procrastinating, barely keeping your head above water. Sound familiar? Now think about that story from the intro. That soldier made a bet too. He bet that serving his country, doing the honorable thing, following the rules would lead to respect and a stable family. He came home to empty promises and betrayal. I'm not saying education is a scam. I'm saying the way we approach it often is. We treat it like a guaranteed investment when it's actually a gamble. And we're so busy grinding that we never step back and ask, am I playing this game smart? Because here's the truth. There are 2 types of people in this world. Type 1, people who trade time for money, hours for dollars, effort for grades. They work hard, follow the system, and hope it pays off. Type 2, people who trade value for money. They figure out what people actually want and give it to them. They work smart, bend the rules without breaking them, and create opportunities instead of waiting for them. The soldier was type 1. His wife, as messed up as her choices were, understood type 2 economics. And before you judge, before you say that's wrong, ask yourself this. Why are you so tired? Why do you procrastinate? Why does studying feel like pulling teeth? Why do you feel like you're drowning? Because deep down, your brain knows something's off. It knows the transaction doesn't add up. Your body is screaming at you to stop selling yourself cheap. Let's get practical. Let's talk about your morning. You know what happens. Alarm goes off. You hit snooze 3 times, 4 times. You finally drag yourself up, already exhausted before the day even starts. You're late. You skip breakfast. You grab your phone and scroll Instagram for 10 minutes, watching other people live their lives while yours feels like it's on pause. Then you rush to class or log into Zoom, already behind, already stressed. Here's what's really happening. You're starting the day in debt. Not money debt, energy debt. You woke up tired because you stayed up too late. You stayed up too late because you were procrastinating. You were procrastinating because the work felt meaningless. And now you're trying to run a marathon while carrying a backpack full of bricks. Every morning you're making a transaction. You're trading your rest, your peace, your energy for what? The bare minimum, just getting through another day. That's not a transaction. That's a scam you're running on yourself. Let me tell you what a smart morning transaction looks like. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. You don't need a cold shower and a 10K run. You just need to win the first hour. Here's the science. Your brain runs on something called decision fatigue. Every choice you make drains your willpower. By noon, you're running on empty. But in the morning, you're fresh. Your prefrontal cortex is firing. Your willpower tank is full. So instead of wasting that on scrolling, snoozing, and scrambling, use it. Wake up at the same time every day, not when you feel like it. Same time. Your brain loves patterns. Immediately make your bed. I know it sounds stupid, but here's why it works. You're starting the day with a win. One completed task. Your brain releases a tiny hit of dopamine. Momentum starts. Drink water before coffee. Your body is dehydrated after 8 hours of sleep. Coffee on an empty, dehydrated system just makes you jittery and crashes you by 10 a.m. No phone for the first 30 minutes. This is the hardest one, but think about it. The moment you check your phone, you're reacting. You're putting everyone else's priorities above yours. You're starting the day in debt. Instead, do something for yourself. Stretch. Journal 3 things you're grateful for. Read 1 page of a real book. Do 10 push-ups. Doesn't matter what it is. What matters is you're setting the terms of the day, not responding to them. Smart transaction 2. Eat like you respect yourself. I know you skip breakfast. I know you tell yourself you're not hungry or you're intermittent fasting. Be honest, you're just running late and can't be bothered. Here's what happens when you skip breakfast. Your blood sugar drops. Your cortisol stress hormone spikes. Your brain can't focus. By 11 a.m., you're starving and you grab whatever junk is closest. You're trying to study and work with no fuel in the tank. Would you try to drive your car with no gas and then wonder why it keeps stalling? You don't need a perfect meal. You need protein, healthy fat, and something your body can actually use. Eggs and toast, Greek yogurt with nuts, a protein shake with a banana takes 5 minutes. And suddenly, you're not dragging through your morning classes. You're actually present. Before you leave your room, take 3 minutes. Grab a piece of paper or open your notes app. Write down 3 things, just 3. 1 thing you must do today, your most important task. 1 thing you should do today, important but not urgent. 1 thing you want to do today, something for you. That's it, not a 47-item to-do list that makes you anxious. 3 things. Why does this work? Because you're defining success before the day defines it for you. Most students stumble through the day reacting. A professor emails, a friend texts, an assignment pops up. Suddenly, it's 11 p.m. and you didn't do anything you actually cared about. But when you define your 3 things, you're taking control of the transaction. You're saying, here's what I'm trading my day for, these 3 things. Everything else is negotiable. And here's the magic. When you complete even one of those 3 things, you feel accomplished. You feel like you won the day. Because you did. That soldier who came home to betrayal. He spent months, maybe years, sacrificing his mornings, his energy, his life force for a mission. And he had no control over what he came home to. But you control your morning. You control how you start the transaction every single day. Stop starting in debt. Okay, it's 2 p.m. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The afternoon slump. You're sitting in class or at your desk. You have work to do, assignments, reading, studying. And your brain is mush. You read the same paragraph 5 times. You watch the lecture but absorb nothing. You open your laptop to write an essay and end up on YouTube watching videos about random topics for 2 hours. Sound familiar? Here's what's happening. You're trying to make a withdrawal from an empty account. Your focus is a resource. It's not infinite, and you've been spending it all day on things that don't matter. Social media, notifications, conversations, distractions. By afternoon, you're broke. And then you get frustrated with yourself. Why can't I just focus? Why am I so lazy? What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. You just don't understand the economics of attention. Let me break it down. The attention economy. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own, not your time, your attention. Tech companies know this. They spend billions designing apps that hijack your focus. Every notification, every infinite scroll, every autoplay video is engineered to keep you hooked. Why? Because your attention is worth money to them. When you're scrolling Instagram, you're not the customer, you're the product. They're selling your eyeballs to advertisers. You're literally giving away your most valuable asset for free, and then wondering why you have nothing left for your own goals. That's the real transaction nobody talks about. So how do you stop going broke? Smart transaction 4, protect your peak hours. Here's a fact. Your brain has about 3-4 hours of deep focus available each day. That's it. For most people, those hours are in the morning. For some, late at night. Whenever yours are, that's your gold. And what do most students do? They waste it. They waste it in easy classes. They waste it on busy work. They waste it scrolling. And then when it's time to do hard work, tackle complex problems, actually learn something, the gold is gone. Here's the rule: hard tasks in peak hours, easy tasks in trash hours. If your brain is sharp from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., that's when you study difficult material. That's when you write. That's when you solve problems. Checking email, 5 p.m. washing dishes, doesn't matter when, watching lecture recordings on 2x speed, after dinner. Match the difficulty of the task to the quality of your focus. Stop trading gold for pennies. Smart transaction 5, the Pomodoro contract. You've probably heard of the Pomodoro technique. Most people think it's about time management. It's not. It's about negotiating with your brain. Here's how it works. You tell your brain, I'm asking for 25 minutes. That's it. After 25 minutes, you get a 5-minute break to do whatever you want. Your brain says, deal. Why does this work? Because your brain hates open-ended commitments. When you say, I'm going to study for hours, your brain panics. 3 hours is forever. Your brain rebels. Cue procrastination. But 25 minutes, that's nothing. Anyone can do 25 minutes. So you set a timer. You work for 25 minutes with 0 distractions. Phone in another room, apps blocked, just you and the task. Timer goes off. You take your break, stretch, grab water, check your phone if you want. Then you negotiate another 25 minutes. After 4 rounds, you take a longer break, 15-30 minutes. Here's what happens. Within 2 or 3 Pomodoros, you hit a flow state. The work gets easier. You actually want to keep going. But even if you don't, you got 100 minutes of real work done. That's more than most students do in a full day. Smart transaction 6, eliminate the infinite. You know what kills focus? Infinity. Infinite scroll on social media, infinite episodes on Netflix, infinite content everywhere. Your brain isn't designed for infinity. It's designed for completion. When you finish something, your brain releases dopamine. You feel good. You want to do more. But when everything is infinite, nothing ever finishes. Your brain never gets that reward, so it stays anxious, unfocused, unsatisfied. Here's the fix: make everything finite. Instead of I'm going to study chemistry, say, I'm going to do 10 practice problems. Instead of I'm going to read for class, say, I'm going to read pages 45-60. Instead of I'm going to work on my essay, say, I'm going to write 300 words. Finite goals, clear endpoints, dopamine hits when you finish. And suddenly, focus gets easier. That afternoon slump you feel, it's not laziness. It's your brain screaming for clear transactions. Give it what it wants. Define the terms, complete the task, collect your reward. Stop trying to do everything and start finishing something. It's 9 p.m. You're exhausted. You survived another day. You tell yourself you earned some rest. So you open Netflix or YouTube or TikTok just to decompress. And suddenly it's 1 a.m. You haven't done half the things you meant to do. That assignment is still hanging over you. You know you should sleep, but you're not even tired anymore. You're wired. So you scroll some more, maybe play some games, maybe talk to friends who are also up too late. You finally fall asleep at 2 or 3 a.m. And tomorrow the cycle starts again, except worse, because now you're even more exhausted. This is the recovery trap, and it's killing you. Here's what's really happening. You're trying to recover from a day that drained you by doing things that drain you more. Social media doesn't relax you. It stimulates you. Every post, every video, every notification spikes your cortisol and dopamine. Your brain thinks something important is happening. It stays alert. It can't wind down. And that's by design. These apps don't want you to relax. They want you to keep scrolling. So you end up exhausted but wired. Too tired to work but too stimulated to sleep. You're stuck. Smart Transaction 7. Real recovery versus fake recovery. Let me teach you something important. There are two types of recovery. Fake recovery, activities that feel like rest but actually drain you more. Scrolling social media, binge-watching shows, playing stimulating video games, junk food binges. These give you short-term pleasure but long-term depletion. Your brain gets dopamine hits without earning them. So tomorrow, normal activities feel even harder. Real recovery, activities that actually restore your energy. Walking outside, reading a real book, talking to a friend face-to-face, stretching, journaling, creating something with your hands. These don't give instant gratification. They feel slower, quieter, but they actually fill your tank. Here's the rule. If you can do it while staring at a screen, it's probably fake recovery. Smart Transaction 8. The 8 p.m. hard stop. This one is going to sound extreme, but it works. At 8 p.m. your productive day ends. Hard stop. Not because you can't work after 8 p.m. You can, but you shouldn't. Here's why. If you work until midnight, your brain never gets the signal that the day is over. You're in a constant state of, I should be doing more. You can't relax because you're thinking about work. You can't focus on work because you're exhausted. You're stuck in limbo, neither working nor resting, just existing in anxiety. So here's the transaction. Give yourself permission to stop. After 8 p.m., no homework, no studying, no work emails, no productive tasks. What can you do? Hang out with friends. Watch one episode of a show, one not 6. Exercise. Pursue a hobby. Do literally nothing. This isn't being lazy. This is being strategic. When you stop at 8 p.m., your brain learns, I have limited time. I need to get things done before 8. And suddenly, you stop procrastinating during the day because you know the clock is ticking. Plus, you actually rest. You actually recover. So tomorrow, you have energy. Smart Transaction 9. The sleep non-negotiable. Let's talk about sleep. Real talk. You know you need it. You know you're not getting enough. And you keep telling yourself, I'll sleep when this is done. But here's the problem. That thing is never done. There's always more. So you keep sacrificing sleep. And every day you're a little more tired, a little less focused, a little more depressed. You're not building towards something. You're slowly falling apart. Here's the science. Sleep is when your brain consolidates memories. When you learn something during the day, it doesn't become real knowledge until you sleep. No sleep equals no learning. You're literally wasting your study time. Plus, sleep deprivation destroys your willpower, makes you irritable, kills your immune system, increases anxiety and depression. You're not being productive by staying up late. You're being stupid. Sorry, but it's true. The sleep transaction asterisk. 7-9 hours, non-negotiable, same bedtime every night. But I can't fall asleep. Because you're staring at screens until midnight. Blue light tells your brain it's daytime. Your brain stays alert. So here's what you do. 1 hour before bed, screens go off, all of them. Instead, read a physical book, journal, stretch, take a warm shower. Your room should be cold, dark, and quiet. Get blackout curtains if you need them. Use a fan for white noise. And here's the secret weapon. Go to bed at the same time even if you're not tired. Your body has a circadian rhythm. It wants a pattern, give it one. For the first few days, you'll lie in bed awake. That's normal. Don't grab your phone, just rest. After a week, your body learns. Oh, 11 p.m. means sleep, and it starts producing melatonin on schedule. Suddenly, falling asleep gets easy. That soldier coming home from deployment. You think he got good sleep overseas? No, he was running on fumes, sacrificing his health for the mission. And what did he come home to? Don't make the same mistake. Your health isn't something you trade away for success. It is success. Without your health, everything else falls apart. Okay, we need to talk about the elephant in the room. Everything I've told you so far is useless if you don't fix this one thing. Your mindset about what you're owed. Here's the brutal truth. You're not owed anything. Not success, not respect, not fairness, not a good job after graduation, nothing. I know that sounds harsh. I know it goes against everything you've been told. Work hard and you'll succeed. Get good grades and you'll be fine. Just follow the rules. But you've already seen it doesn't work that way. You know someone who studies half as much as you and gets better grades. You know someone who parties every weekend and still lands internships. You know someone who doesn't seem to try and life just works out for them. And you're sitting there, grinding, suffering, doing everything right, and feeling like you're getting nowhere. That's because you're operating under a false transaction. You think, if I work hard, the universe will reward me. But the universe doesn't care. The universe doesn't owe you anything. The only transaction that matters is the one you make with yourself. Let me explain. The internal transaction. Every day, you make a promise to yourself. Maybe you don't say it out loud, but it's there. Today I'm going to study. Today I'm going to eat better. Today I'm going to start that project. And then you don't. You break the promise. You procrastinate. You give up. You tell yourself tomorrow. And here's what happens. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you lose self-trust. Your brain learns, oh, we don't actually do what we say we're going to do. So the next time you tell yourself you're going to study, your brain doesn't believe you. It knows you'll probably just scroll TikTok instead. So it doesn't give you motivation. It doesn't give you focus. It doesn't give you energy. Why would it? You've proven you can't be trusted. This is why you feel stuck. Not because you're lazy, because you've broken too many promises to yourself. How to rebuild self-trust. You rebuild it the same way you lost it, one promise at a time. But here's the key. Start with promises you can actually keep. Don't promise yourself you're going to study for 5 hours. You won't. Promise yourself you're going to study for 25 minutes, and then keep that promise. Don't promise yourself you're going to get straight A's this semester. That's not fully in your control. Promise yourself you're going to attend every class. That is in your control. Small promises, kept consistently, that's how you rebuild. And here's what happens. Your brain starts to learn. Oh, we're serious now. When we say we're going to do something, we actually do it. And suddenly motivation shows up, focus shows up, energy shows up. Not because you're suddenly disciplined, because your brain trusts you again. The comparison trap. Let's talk about that person who seems to have it easy, the one who doesn't study and still succeeds. You look at them and think, that's not fair, I work so much harder. And you're right, it's not fair. But here's what you're missing. You have no idea what their life actually looks like. Maybe they're naturally smart but deeply lonely. Maybe they're confident but secretly anxious. Maybe they look successful but feel empty inside. You're comparing your internal reality to their external highlight reel. And even if they genuinely have it easier than you, so what? Life isn't fair. It never was. It never will be. Some people are born rich. Some people are born beautiful. Some people are born with advantages you'll never have. And you can spend your energy being bitter about that, or you can spend your energy building something anyway. The real transaction is this: you take what you have and make something of it. Not what someone else has, what you have. Your brain, your time, your effort, your choices. That's your capital. That's what you have to invest. And yes, someone else might have more capital than you. They might have a trust fund. They might have connections. They might have natural talents. But you know what? They also might waste it all. And you might turn your limited resources into something incredible. The only person you're competing with is who you were yesterday. Did you keep your promises today? Did you make better choices? Did you move forward even a tiny bit? Then you won the day. Everything else is noise. That soldier's wife, she was playing a different game. She was looking at what other people had and thinking she deserved more. She broke her promises. She broke trust. She destroyed what she had trying to get something else. Don't be that person. Keep your promises. Build trust with yourself. Focus on your own game. We're almost done, but I need you to understand something bigger. Everything we've talked about, your morning routine, your focus, your sleep, your mindset, all of it comes down to one question. What are you trading your life for? Right now, you're trading your time, your energy, your youth for a degree, for grades, for some vague promise of future success. But is that what you actually want? Or is it just what you think you're supposed to want? Because here's the thing about transactions. Both sides have to get value. If you're trading your health, your relationships, your happiness for something that might not even matter in 5 years, that's a bad deal. And your body knows it. That's why you're burned out. That's why you procrastinate. That's why you feel stuck. Your soul is trying to tell you, this transaction isn't worth it. So what do? You renegotiate. You don't have to quit school. You don't have to give up on your goals. But you do have to be honest about what you're trading and what you're getting. Maybe that means changing your major to something you actually care about. Maybe that means accepting B's instead of A's, so you have time for things that matter. Maybe that means taking a semester off to figure out what you actually want. Maybe it means staying the course but changing how you approach it, working smarter, not harder, protecting your health, building real skills, not just chasing grades. I don't know what the right answer is for you, only you know that. But I know this. The worst transaction you can make is trading your life for something you don't actually want. That soldier traded years of his life for his country. That's honorable. But he also assumed his personal life would be waiting for him unchanged. He didn't protect what mattered. He didn't renegotiate, and he lost everything. Don't make that mistake. Your education matters. Your future matters, but so does today, so does your health, so does your happiness. You don't have to sacrifice everything for some distant goal. You can be successful and healthy, ambitious and balanced, driven and happy. You just have to stop accepting bad transactions. Look, I know this was heavy. We started with a dark story about betrayal and ended up talking about your daily routine. But it's all connected. Every day you're making transactions. trading your time, your energy, your life for something. The question is, are you getting value or are you getting scammed? Here's what I want you to do right now. Take 5 minutes. Write down 3 promises you're going to make to yourself this week. Small ones, ones you can actually keep. Maybe it's I'll make my bed every morning. Maybe it's I'll study for 1 hour before checking my phone. Maybe it's I'll go to bed by midnight. Whatever it is, write it down and then keep those promises. Because that's how you start winning, not by grinding harder, not by sacrificing more. By keeping your word to yourself, by making smart transactions, by protecting what matters. You've got this. I believe in you. Now go prove yourself right. And if this helped you, hit that like button. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Let's build something better together. I'll see you in the next one.